Hello, good evening. How are you? I hope everyone is just more than fine. I'm so glad to see you tonight. And as every Friday, we are here just logging with you and to have our best topic from the week. So we can have our tarot reading or we can use our angelic oracles to be read. So we are here and we are going to use now let me explain the angelic oracle. We are going to use also our past lives oracle, and also we're going to use activations with our sacred geometry. Also, we're going to use our Osho deck, and of course, last but not least, our rider. So we're going to have a night where we are going to have our readings, and especially we're going to talk about next Sunday's eclipse. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be awesome. So I hope you find some good information here that we can send you, and everyone could also ask, and maybe we can see what are the things that we are going to learn with this eclipse on next Friday. I hope everyone here is also getting the information you need to know, and of course, well, that you can also subscribe. And now that we are starting our broadcast, of course, we are going to explain what are the things we're going to see on Sunday and what are the things we're start living, because we are also having this Mercury retrograde in our sky. We have Mercury retrograde. We have tomorrow the summer solstice, and on Sunday we have the eclipse. It's with the moon and the sun in the 0 degree that we are having in the sign of Cancer. And we're going to see many things that are going to start. We're going to see some changes in our house. We're going to see some changes with our family and within our families, of course. We're going to see also different topics about past lovers. What about that? What about your past lovers? What about your different kind of view from another perspective, from someone from the past? And also, we are going to see on Tuesday, we're going to have another planet going retrograde, but besides doing something like we're going to feel that everything is going to be upside down, it's going to be great. Neptune is going retrograde, and Neptune is talking about the depths from the sea. But those depths are also teaching us how to see things clearly. Let's see. It's not the same going in the depths of the sea that looking at things just from just the first part, or the part we are just setting our foot just in front of the beach, just setting our foot clear, seeing our feet with clear water. Yes, we are underwater, but we are seeing things in a more clear way, and that is going to be awesome, because we are going to learn also how to see things that are real, that are true. We are going to see also what are the things that I need to accept, more than be fearing about something that I don't like or something that I wouldn't like to have. I need to be aware that there are many things that need change, and that change is going to be from my heart. It's going to be a perspective from me, and it's going to be just more than awesome. Well, let me see. My music is about to finish, so I'm going to put it over here. So by the time we have all this music gone, we can log out from my phone. Okay, so what is it that you're living? Tell me, what about the things from the past that are starting to get in touch with you? What about the people, the conversations? What about the thoughts? What were you doing last March before we all starting with this virus that everything was just popping up with the virus around the world? What were you doing just at the end of February? And exactly those things are just starting to sound with something of remembrance from past, and it's going to be from us here a critical point in order for us to see what is this that I'm learning, what is this that I'm learning to see from part side, from behind, but also being apart from that part, from that side. Maybe I'm just learning how to deal with things when a family member has had just left. And maybe I'm seeing my relationship is broken, and now I'm just starting to clear my way and starting to understand that that relationship wasn't good enough, wasn't um, great enough for me because we weren't as happy as we thought. Maybe the thing that I'm just learning to deal with is also about becoming my own parent, just starting to practice my own parenting is also making me aware that everything that I've learned, everything that I've lived, everything that I've known, it's just because my parents gave me the education that they could, gave me the the patterns they could show me in order for me to understand how is it that a family is created, how is it that a family is loved or is appreciated. And maybe that part is also bringing me my awareness of my consciousness on becoming someone better, instead of thinking that I am just passing by this life, and maybe I'm just trying to understand and see that maybe someone is going to come and pick me up and help me understand and seeing things in a different way, and he or she is going to make me happy. I need to understand and I need to make myself clear in something that's really important. No one is going to be as aware, as conscious of how much love, of how much interest, of how much care, how much resistance, how much guilt, how much pain I am feeling, because nobody feels from me. I am the only person that is feeling things about myself. No one knows best from me or beside me what is it that I feel when I don't see or I'm not able to be next to my parents or to my family or my children or even my grandchildren, or maybe I'm not as close as my old boyfriend or my past girlfriend, or I am not close with my friends. No one else knows best from me. So I need to be aware of that in order for me to understand that everything that has been in the past has become a reason in order for me to understand I am ready to learn, I'm ready to understand, I'm ready to be aware of what is it from the past that I just learned or began from that. And I am now ready to open my mind to see with consciousness, with my third eye, of course, what is it that I am dealing here with. And it's also not even about the person, it's about the situation. What is in my reality what that is showing to me, what is the real truth, what is about for real that's happening to me, in order for me to see and understand that I need to be aware of what am I doing here with this situation. Am I learning something? Am I just being good enough about something that I've dealt with many times, and sometimes I just wonder myself, why am I repeating the same pattern again and again with the same kind of person? They change the name and they change the body and they change the face, yes. But I am dealing in a situation with an old relationship, that I am dealing maybe perhaps with the same old boss that is always trying to pull my hair out of my head, because everything that I do is wrong, because everything that I make it's also unbelievably mistaken, when I am doing my best and I don't understand why am I dealing this. And when I look at my family tree, I am understanding that this is happening because in my family, in the patterns that I've felt and I lived in my childhood, are so connected with me trying to get my dad's recognition, that when I am aware that I am in a work or I'm in an office or I have this boss that is also so hard on me, that is never recognizing everything that I do on something good, perhaps that I'm doing something in a bad or in a wrong way, well, this is just what it's explaining me. That is the thing that I am starting to understand. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to be aware. That is not the situation from every time I get a new job. I have to deal with a new boss that is always so mean to me. Am I making myself clear here? So I think that maybe we can understand, we can be aware that everything is happening for a good reason, and that reason is for me to learn, in order for me to evolve, in order for me to understand, and I'm just passing by. It's just a moment, it's just a glimpse for the universe, in order for me to take my whole life. But I'm dealing here with a situation of evolution. I'm learning also how to be a seed, a light seed, that is also helping me on becoming a new person and a better new person. I'm aware of what about the parts that are living, also not only about humans but also from all the animals and the plants. I'm aware that I am not the only one that is existing on earth, but I am aware about respect. I'm about aware about wellness. I'm aware now about being close to my family. It's not about the money, it's not about who gets in a competition a medal, or who gets in a competition in order to get a new promotion in our jobs. It's just the best opportunity for us to see and understand that we are learning something better and something in a very good way, to see where that I am growing. And I also need to look in my past. Many of these wounds were created when I was a child, and those wounds were created without the intention from my parents, but they just wanted me to see or to be aware of something that they didn't have, or maybe something that they couldn't even see in their lives that could happen, because they weren't that able to get the kind of life that they gave me. And it's not because they didn't want me to be in a better position, it's because that was the best they could do. It was the best they could give me. It was not their fault. It was meant to be seen or to be taught with all the love that they had to me, about me also, even if that represents from fathers, especially in the line of male fathers, that they had to live. That decision and that choice was made also from love. And what kind of love is that they are living, and what kind of love is that they are making mother and child being alone in a life where they had to be together, and now, well, that father, that man, just decided that it was better for him to go away. Maybe he was dealing with this situation that he felt that he wasn't as good enough as he thought. Maybe he was also dealing with a situation that he didn't know how to be a good father, because he didn't even have one of his own. Am I clear with this? And also, when I am thinking about a man that maybe he knows that he is so complicated because he's into drugs, he's into booze, he's into he's about smoking, he's getting many things in his body, so maybe he's not as the best example to be followed. In that order, he knows and he is thinking about what is the best for that child, and maybe about that place. And if we could understand, just without judging, but maybe just understanding that everything that he was doing, he meant it from his heart. It's not a situation of the feeling or be thinking about this as is if it's good or if it's bad or if it's better or if it's worse for a person, for a child. It's about not judging what happened before, because I don't know. It's not my concern. Yes, they are my parents, but exactly because they are my parents, I am not in a position just to have them, make them give me an explanation. Why was it possible for them to leave me in the position that they left me? how was it possible for them to be thinking that it was best for me to be alone with a grandparent or a grandmother, or maybe with an uncle, or maybe in a foster place? I am not in the position to just request for an explanation. I'm just in a position to understand, why is it my soul that needs to understand from this position that I am learning to live about this situation. I needed just the people right and just in the right correct places in order for me to see, like in a play, what is it that we are also dealing with. I need to understand that I have a background, and that background needs just the characters. And those characters, those people, are my parents and are my family. And they are also teaching me and telling me how to understand life just from the beginning. They have the experience. They've been here before. They've lived their life sooner than I did. So when I am arriving here, so when I am also learning how to deal with my new life, with a new school, with new teachers, with new doctors, going to church, and many things that I am starting to feeling and to understand what is it that I am doing here. So I'm also learning how to be connected with my parents. But also, I am teaching them two and wonderful special things. One, how is it that they are connecting with their inner child? Every time they are looking at me, they are also looking at their inner child. How is it, or how was it possible that they wanted to be treated? So they just load their explanations or their intentions into a place where they are connecting with our inner child, and also they are making me feeling that they are with me, even though if it's in a good situation, in a bad situation, if they are making me feel great, if they are making me feel horrible, that decision is not up to them. They are trying to do their best because they are thinking most of the time about their inner child. Most of the time, they are thinking about setting limits or setting boundaries. Most of the time, they are thinking about what was in their life that they lacked. And in this time, they are wanting me to receive. And besides that, maybe I'm not receiving in the best part that I was thinking or that they were thinking. And maybe I'm just sending a message in the opposite way. What about it that I am just receiving maybe a present, maybe, I don't know, a box of Legos, maybe I'm receiving, I don't know, some watercolors to paint, and I am not getting the present that I was expecting. Maybe I just wanted a car, or maybe I just wanted a doll, and I didn't have it. So my best expression, just from a child expression, is going to be about despise because I don't want it. It's not even what I was thinking to be receiving. And they just put all their heart or their mind or their good intention in order for me to have a smile. And then I could go like, cool. Yes, I liked it. Of course, it's not what they were expecting. But then I am showing them, so why didn't you ask what was it that I wanted for a present? I am just setting a different pattern. We are not maybe speaking in the same way, but we need to connect. We need to understand a little bit more. How is it possible for us to get in touch with those emotions? How is it possible for us to get in touch with those memories and to see and understand that my parents tried to do their best? They weren't aware of what they could have from their parents, even if that part from them of learning just in the way they did, that was good enough, and that was just as special as many parents did because they just were doing it from heart. And when we are also looking at their family trees and we are seeing the stories from those family trees, we are seeing that maybe we are repeating a story that was before ourselves. Maybe I'm just repeating the story about my grandma or my grandpa. Maybe I am just repeating something similar from an aunt or from an uncle in a different line. Maybe my great grand uncle, my great grand aunt. Maybe I'm just receiving the same name as another family member. Maybe I'm just having my birthday on the same exact date, or maybe the same exact day, but difference from the month. Or maybe when I was in my mom's belly, I assisted in that part to the mourning of one of my grandparents or someone so close to my family. And then I was just getting the name or some of the things that that person who just passed away, it's just reconnecting with me. There are many things that we need to look at the past, and there are many things that we need to look into our families in order for us to see and understand what is it that we are dealing here with. And now that everything is going to be as clear and as possible to be seen, what happened, for example, with Boyd, what has happened about racism, it's just making us going like, whoa, wasn't it that too many years ago that it was thought that this has already been stopped? And we are looking at things now in a point or in a way that we are making us aware that not many people had closed that idea. We have to learn and we have to understand that there are many people learning how to deal with a situation that they are feeling so scared, they are so afraid, in order for them to see that, hey, we are in different colors, and so is also rainbow, and so is also music played, and so is also many different things just going in different ways. But that doesn't mean that then I am also able to hurt someone, or even though to kill someone. I am not entitled of doing that. Then I am not becoming more human because I am saying who is bigger or who is greater. Yes. So I am also aware, and I am also conscious that I am able to be living my life in the best way possible. And that way also is making me feel aware that I can do it with my very own close people, with my family. And also that I can do that also with my very close person, with myself. Every time I touch my heart, every time I am getting myself a small present or a great present because I just wanted to buy me a car, maybe because I just wanted me to take me on a trip, or to buy me perhaps some earrings, some perfume, or a great book, or taking me to the movies. Those little gifts are making me aware of what are the kind of gifts I love to receive from anyone. So by the time I start going out with my friends, they now understand what is it that I like best and how much. And in that part, then someone is going to connect, and someone else, someone so different from the rest of my group, is going to connect with me in the same way. That then we are understanding that we can respect each other, we can love each other, we can enjoy each other, but not from harm, just from respect, just from love, and setting peace in everyone, because I am not here in order for me to judge or to point at. I am here to take care about you in the same way I am taking care about myself. I am taking also in count that whatever I do wrong to you, I am doing wrong to me. I am making this as a reflection. And someone can show me that as a couple, because I am also learning how to love myself just from a different perspective, just as a reflection like mirror. And I am also aware of being able to love someone that is going to teach me how to be patient, how to be in love, how to tolerate, how to be aware that maybe I am not trying to do many things as wild or as crazy as I was thinking, but maybe I am going to take some new risks because I want to follow the person that I love, because I want to be next or close to that person. And that's going to help me a lot in order for me to understand, to see that I want to spend my time with him or with her. And we are going to do it because we feel that we are also together in this situation. We are happy. We are feeling in a very aligned way. And we are feeling also in the same situation. of doing this in the same harmonic position. I am doing what I'm feeling. I am explaining and saying what I want. I am thinking and saying in the same way. So, yes, I am doing in a very harmonic way and I am explaining and I am living and I am happy and I am feeling great. And I am thinking, hey, this is awesome because I can live my life in the best possible way. And this is going to help me a lot. So this eclipse is going to be as wonderful as a new beginning. This is the new start. This is a fresh start. This is going to be a new way of seeing things that, yes, we are going to be living in a different part, in different situations. I was watching a movie just before the broadcast. And in that movie, it was about just a person that was saying goodbye to another family member in the airport, and many people were in the airport, and they were just running and bags and walking and tears and flowers. And then I was thinking, when are going to be able to look again at an airport in that same way? And maybe it's not going to happen not soon. It's going to take time, but it's not going to happen as soon as we think. Life is changing in a very different form, and it's showing us, it's explaining from different perspectives. How is it that I am taking care of myself? How is it that I am taking care of my own environment? How is it that I am making myself aware that if I hurt a plant or an animal or another different person, I am hurting myself? Everyone is just one. Everything is just a whole, and as whole as one. In that completion, we are also so too close, so together, that when I am harming you, I am harming myself. We're trying to understand this. There are groups that it's very difficult for them to understand. And in that part, it's more about the elder because they see things in a very real way, what is realistic for them. And they are thinking, but hey, isn't this wrong? By the way that they were taught, maybe for them, this is something really wrong. But for most of the people that are living now in the planet, that we are at a certain place in a young age, and also children, kids from 20s, teenagers maybe, they are seeing world in a different perspective, and it's not the same as we are dealing or we are seeing it, but they are also trying to understand what is it that the planet we are living for them that is going to be received to them, and how is it that we are taking care. Am I taking good care of my place, of my house, of my body, of my planet? Am I just complaining and pointing at me at the mirror every time I can? So I can be able to understand and to see that I am aware of what am I doing. Each time that I am learning something, each time that I am just feeling aware how close I am to feel just love, to be in touch with light, to be in touch with God, to be in touch with angels, to be in touch with our masters of light or with masters of, or we are becoming seeds of light. So this is something that we are just checking in a new perception of things, of love, of thought. It's just that we are growing, it's just that we are evolving. And it wasn't in a best way possible than this. We have to learn from these things, from the virus. We need to learn from our family. We need to learn from our jobs. We need to learn from our couples. We need to learn from our children. We are learning all these perspectives, just going about and going just through our memories or about the ways we were dealing and living situations with our parents. It's something really great once we understand that we are going into the past. Is going to be a great dive, and it's going to be something interesting, and really it's going to take us as much time as possible in order for us to see ourselves just starting to do it without judging ourselves, just start doing it without thinking about ourselves that, hey, you're doing wrong. No, I was wrong before because I was not aware of what was I doing. I was wrong before because I was not aware of who was I loving and the way I was loving that person and the way I was expecting that person to be instead with me. I am doing things and I am learning things in the best possible way because I'm just preparing to see that I am just starting to prepare myself in a new initiation, and it's going to be something really fresh, really new, really out of my mind. I'm taking myself into a new adventure, and this adventure is also taking me to a new place when I was just taught to be carrying my parents' stories, my family's stories. Now I'm going to learn to respect them, to ask them to remain in the past, because now I need some more place and I need some more aliveness in my back, because I need to move and I need to move forward. And I need to understand that in order for me to move forward, I am aware to respect what they were living, what they felt. I understand that my mom, for example, had to live in a very poor place when she was a child. But because of that, then I am not entitled to tell her, why was it that you weren't able to work or to have some money in order for you to be in a best position? I am not in that position just to ask her to give me an explanation of something that maybe she wasn't even aware about. She just understood that that was the kind of life she had to live. Well, that was all that they had to be close or to be near with. That was it. But that doesn't mean that now she's not just repairing that part. Now she works, now she has her own place. She has the chance and the opportunity to be just choosing whatever she wants to buy whenever she wants to see things from her house, or to travel, or to go to the movies. Yes, she is trying to make herself in the best way as possible as she wants to live. And maybe I can think for myself, well, maybe she can do more. Yes, but that's her life, it's not mine. I need to fix mine first. So when I am fixing my life, then I am able to be aware, one, that I am conscious about myself, and then I am also responsible about my own life. I am not entitled to be telling my parents to change the way they were living, to change the way they are doing their lives, because that's how they were taught about my grandparents. And that's how life were understood by them, and so on and so on. So when I am thankful about what my parents told me and about my grandfathers and my great grandfathers taught, of course, it's going to be so different once I understand that they are doing the things they feel, they understand, they prefer. It's just about respect, it's about love. Maybe I disagree with you, but that doesn't mean I don't love you anymore. Maybe I see things in a very different perspective, and that doesn't mean I don't love you. That means I'm just different. And I am just teaching the tree, the family tree, that I am also a person that is good enough to be loved. And I am a person that is good enough to be cared about. But because I am doing the things the way that I do, that doesn't mean that I am not able, that I can't, that I am not even a person to be taught as good as to be a receiver of love from this family, because I am as blood, as body as them. We are all together. We are here as a whole, as one. And then one mind, one love, one root. It's just taking me to my own consciousness, and also it's taking me to my spiritual bond that is so close to my life mission, that in order for me to see what is it that I am learning here, I asked my guardian angel to help me understand the things that I couldn't understand in the past. Okay, then as a play, I need a background, I need the characters. I am setting in a place with my family, with my parents, with my brothers, with my sisters, with my aunts, with my relatives. And they are teaching me how for me to evolve, if it's difficult, if it's easy, if it's different. But that doesn't mean I don't love them. That doesn't mean I don't respect them. That means that I am able to see themselves as they really are. I am not trying just to cover them with a blanket, like an invisibility blanket, like Harry Potter's. And I am also aware to see that they are human. We are not perfect. We are here to be happy, to find happiness. Not that we are here in order for us to be perfect. We are here to enjoy life, to evolve from life. Yes, we need to get angry. Yes, we need to explode. Yes, we need to be sad. Yes, we need to be just feeling a little depressive some other time, because I need to see perspective when I am also so happy, so full of joy. Of course, I need to be aware of being gorgeous, about being aware, amazed about how beautiful life is, because I am thinking about it, because I am believing in that so deep that nothing is lacking from the place that it really belongs, just in the correct order as it has to be, just in the correct place as I have to learn from that place, from that perspective, and from that small and similar point to all my relatives, to all my souls, to my soulmates, and even to my twin flame. So this is a perspective that is teaching me how to grow. This is a perspective that is telling me how to be able to understand and to see my family in a very different way. This change about the eclipse, this change about going with Mercury retrograde, with Venus retrograde, we have also Pluto and Jupiter retrograde. And then on Tuesday, Neptune is going to be retrograde too, with so many planets going back. We have many things to take in count, and just to explain how are structures just falling down, how are things looking at my father's point of view, at my grandfather point of view, at my great grandfather point of view, changing. They are maybe just breaking, maybe they are just tearing, maybe they are just being destroyed. And we're going to see in a different way that we are looking at the world now. We are going to see that there are many different places, and there are many different countries that maybe they are going to wind up having changing their laws or their constitutions, including, because those ideas and those thoughts were from many years ago from now. In order for us to create a new kind of life, it's going to be something different. It's not that it's not working for us now, it's because it's not made or it's not designed for what is it that we are going to see in the future. So what is going to come? We're going to see perspectives that they are going to help us grow. We're going to see perspectives that women are going to take a new, different way of place, just stepping into a life where also men are as equal, as important, as integrated as women. We are going to be learning that everyone is as important as the other person. Anyone is going to be just more than. Yes, we need leaders. And yes, we need too many different kind of people in order for us to do our things. There are people who like money. There are people who like to sew. There are people, just making myself as clear as possible. When I am referring that people like money, is that people that like to work with money, accountants, for example, no, or maybe a ruler, I don't know, a governor or a lawyer. They like to move money because they also know from different perspectives. But also there are people, and there's people that like to cook. There is people that like to sew. There is people that like to take care of plants or animals or people from different perspectives. But we are learning how to deal here with situations that we are taking respect and we are taking in account as good as possible, as everyone knows what is best for everyone. In that perspective, we are also learning to be feeling with the same situation that we are just as important. That is a reflection, and that reflection is coming from my own parenting, and my own parenting is just starting to take place now that we are going to have this eclipse. And then I'm going to check, and then I'm going to see what are about the last time that I could speak with my family, with my relatives, and what is it that we were talking about. Was it that we were talking about the way they grew, the way they were raised, the way they were seeing life or taught in school from their parents or maybe from doctors? We are talking about things that happened in past, and then we're going to see that right now this changing future is going to be prepared in this present and this part of the now, that we are also being aware of how to evolve, how to create a new place to live, a different earth. And this kind of different planet living, we are seeing with more consciousness. Our parents weren't able to do that because of the way they were taught, or great grandparents either. That doesn't mean they are not able to understand with our help. That doesn't mean that they are not able to see life that is changing in a different perspective. That means that they have lived and done their life and evolving in their life in the best way that they could. I understand they need to see things evolving from the place they are doing it, with the people that they are growing with. Also, I am in that part, but I am not the one that is taking that lesson. That lesson is being taken by my parents, by my grandparents, my great grandparents, and so on and so on. Once that I am able to be thankful about what they have given me, I have to see something really as possible and as great as I have. They have given me the best part that they could. They have given me life. I am alive because of them. I am here because of them. It's not about judging, it's about being aware. It's not about how was it possible for me to be just sitting in a family like this. It's about me being aware that I needed background, I needed the characters, and I needed just the right and perfect place in order for me as much to learn, to understand, to comprehend, to evolve, to jump, to deny even. How was I able to grow or to live? Even if that didn't mean that I am not aware of what is going to happen next. But I am so confident that I am taking my best possible way of growing with the people that I've loved, of growing with the people that I care most about, my friends, my couple, my neighbors, my schoolmates. Everyone is going to evolve. This is a leap of faith that we have to be seeing from the perspective that we are here in spirit to grow. We are here in spirit to become just the new seeds of light in order for us to start doing the best exercise that we are learning, to take more care about ourselves, to take more love about ourselves, to be just as caring, as loving, as delighted, as awesome, as cheered, as filling with grace, feeling just in the same situation that we are connected with the source. And that source is also as abundant, as prosperous, as in our well-beings. Everything is going to help us. So what am I also learning here, or what is it that I am learning here to be feeling with? to respect, to care, and not to judge what my family has done in the past. They had their decisions, they had their situations. They were thinking about the choices that they had to deal at that part of time, that it was best for them to do the things that they were doing. So if it was best for them, who am I to be asking an explanation? Who am I not to respect them? Who am I just not to be aware that they were doing the best they could? They were doing it because they were thinking that was best for everyone, and especially for them. Just from the place they were feeling fear, responsibility, love, anger, they were just doing it because they felt that was right. In the same situation as we have dealt with our problems or with our situations, in the same place. But no one else knows best from me than just myself. So the same happens with my family. That same thing is just becoming as clear to my head as just I am just getting myself looking into a reflection from a mirror and saying, hey, you are talking to me with also my consciousness, but also talking with my mom, with my grandmother, with my great grandmother. Yes, we are taking many things and many people in count that they are becoming just close from this situation. It's not just an eclipse just like that. It's not just about planets going back. They are showing me so many things. And life is also showing me so many things right now that is so wonderful and it's so beautiful to see myself, that I am starting to see with love what everyone has done to me. Once that I am aware that I am doing this, I am getting myself recognition about what I am also doing about myself. And what other people have done also is getting recognition, especially my family. And when I am also recognizing what is it that other people are doing as close to me, as a friend, as a couple, as a neighbor, then I am aware of what am I doing with my own life. In that special place, that's where I am just connecting with the source. And that is a place that I'm just connecting with my evolution. And that is a place that I am making myself aware that I'm just here trying to evolve in the best possible way. And yes, I can make my own mistakes. But yes, I am also aware that I am doing this from the best love that I have for myself, with the best intention that I have for everyone around me. So if I am doing my best, what is it that I am doing wrong? Those are good questions. Those are great questions. So I hope that on Sunday that you are getting in touch maybe with your family, with your parents, especially with that, then you now can see him in a very different, in a very changing perspective way. He was just able to do what he knew it was best. He is just acting from the place that he was taught to express himself, to teach himself, to protect family, to cover, to see success, to see um, my professional areas in order for me to see how is it that I can grow. If I liked, if I didn't like, if I wanted to be the, I don't know, the occupation that I have, everything has a reason. We are evolving here just as one. So we have many things in our lives to be just setting a place and understanding. And of course, with my special place, my consciousness, my third eye, I'm going to be aware of what is it that I am growing here with. And I am also aware that I can just send as much love, as much care as possible in order for me to see if I am able also to have people receive it. And if they are not receiving it, Source is doing it. And Source is going also to give me back that love because it's going to teach me how to love myself just from looking at me at reflection. As close as that. So I send you all my love. I hope on Friday you can have a wonderful, I'm sorry, on Sunday you can have a wonderful Sunday with your dads, with your grandfathers. If you are remember them because you have a star in the sky just looking at you so close, just light them a candle, put them some white flowers, and just send a prayer for them. They deserve it, and we can mean it. And as deep, as wonderful as the best words are coming from your heart, that is the best prayer you can say and you can tell. So I'm seeing you next Friday. I hope that I could have a little bit more audience, but this is a new challenge for me. So I know it's going to take time, but I just hope that that is not taking as much. But when we are having more people here connected and subscribed, we have magic just going on. So I'll see you next Friday. Take care. Enjoy your family this weekend. Take good care of yourself, also enjoying yourself, doing the things that you love best, and just remember that we are here in order for us to see that we are seeds of light. We are here to understand, to start to get new ways of education, and that this intuition that we are having, this receptiveness that we are having, it's just going to change because it's going bigger and bigger. We are learning and we are becoming as possible as light as we can do it, as one, as a whole. So take care. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being here and send you all my love. See you next Friday and enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.